report that came out, and again, I know that this is not from the Variety, it's not from Hollywood Reporter, and it's out there, and people are like, you can't take this story that serious, but it's still a rumor out there that I'm interested in. And was it We Got It Covered? Is that who said it?
Heroic Hollywood, right?
No, Heroic Hollywood.
No, We Got It Covered.
What are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about Darth Bane. Yes.
Oh.
We got this covered.
We got this covered. So We Got This Covered. They had.
I don't buy it. Yeah, but I know you like to talk
Hollywood
about.
has broken some good stuff, but
Heroic
We Got This
Hollywood,
Covered
yeah.
is kind of comes out and so We Got This Covered said that the Darth Bane series has been in development for in Lucasfilm, and that they're eyeing Batista to play Darth Bane.
Oh, I like that.
And so, but people are running out and saying, "This is bullshit. You can't take these guys serious." The only reason why, not the only reason, because I don't know these guys well enough to say whether they're not legit or not. I have also kind of heard buzzings about them wanting to explore other things that they have, and Darth Bane is something that I could definitely see them doing and potentially doing in a streaming series
With Batista.
Batista could play him. It's funny, if you asked me that 5 years ago, I'd be like, no. But I think he is dramatically improved as an actor. And
Who do you think would be a better choice?
I've said this before. Kevin Durand. Not Durant. Durand. Kevin Durand, I think, is the best choice
Durant.
for Darth Bane. He is, because I've read the books, and I know exactly what kind of... They should definitely go off of the Drew Karpyshyn novels, because there's so much content there that they could fill up 4 to 5 seasons of material. So I'm really hoping that they do it. I don't think Kevin Durant would get it, because if this report is true, that Lucasfilm, like an A-lister to carry it, because the property is I understand the logic. If again this is true, the logic would probably be, besides the hardcore Star Wars fan, not a lot of people know who Darth Bane is. He hasn't been involved in any of the movies. He's been mentioned in novels and comics, and even in the Clone Wars. Mark Hamill voiced him in the Clone Wars. But that's the extent of it, right? As a hardcore Star Wars fan, you would know him, but as a casual, probably not. So their thinking would probably be, well, we want to take this material, but we need someone to sell who it is.
Can you pitch me a little bit about what it is?
Yeah. So
what the show would be?
Yeah. What I hope that it would be. And what this report says it could be is Darth Bane he was very tall. He was like 6'5", living in this kind of a planet very similar to like Tatooine. It's about 1,000 years before Episode 4. It's during the Old Republic still. The Sith army and the Jedi army is still very much alive. There's thousands of Sith. There's thousands of Jedi, and they're fighting for the Jedi, as always, are trying to make sure the Republic is in control, and the Sith are trying to take over power in general. Whereas where Bane is, he's not Bane yet. I forget what his actual name is, but he's comes from kind of an abusive home. His dad was bad to him, and he's kind of an angry dude.
What is his background?
Just kind of like a miner or something.
Yeah.
He's a mining planet, right? Yeah. And so he winds up getting into like this bar fight, and he gets recruited into the Sith army. And while he's there, because he realizes he's in tune with the Force, and but he uses anger. The Sith army trains him, and he becomes more and more powerful. By the end of the first novel, he realizes that the Sith are never going to overthrow the Jedi, because there's always too many Sith inside that are trying to overthrow one another. So he realizes he's the one who creates the rule of two that you know from the Jedi. There's always one master, one apprentice. He creates that, and he kills all of the Sith. With like a
classic
Sith bomb.
move.
But he kills
all of the Sith.
All of them, and he does it through this powerful kind of Sith bomb towards a mental
Sith bomb.
Yeah, but it is this kind of, and he does this. But in this report, from what this report says, is that that it takes place after that, to where he's recruiting his apprentice and learning, because they're kind of operating in the shadows.
I like this.
I would like to see it in the beginning of that. I think the thing that I just went through, I'd like to see that particular thing and how he becomes, because he does battle at times of like going in between, like
good and evil.
Yeah, but it's always leaning towards evil, because he's just
even though he kills all the Sith. Well,
that's evil. He does that because he knows it's about power. He creates he finds like it's Darth Revan from Knights of the Old Republic. He finds like holocrons. He learns from Revan. He learns from all the he does all this under.
What's a holocron again?
It's like video files basically. It's where it's just they've been logged for years.
That's the end of the series.
That's the end of book. No, that's the end of book
one.
But
I'm wondering, is that what you're saying would be the end?
No, the series.
You would
what
like
they're
to see
saying,
that as the end of the season.
I would like to see that as season 1.
Okay,
that's what I would.
But
like
they're
to
saying
see.
It picks up after that.
Yeah, from this report. report, if you believe
Well,
this
I don't
report,
like that.
no,
Yeah.
this report takes place after where he's already killed all the Sith, and now it's him operating in the shadows.
Talk about an origin story that we actually need, though.
Right.
Right. Who the
Maybe for budget if
Well,
they were
remember-
going to make a series.
Remember also that is not a canon novel, so that
Right.
nothing says that they have to say that that's how.
Totally. I
yeah.
just like what you just pitched. so.
Yeah, and that's Drew Karpyshyn, man. That's not me. That's Drew Karpyshyn. He also co-wrote Knights of the Republic with BioWare. He is a brilliant writer. That series, the Darth Bane trilogy, is some of the best written Star Wars stuff that has ever been put on paper.
Yeah.
And if they took all 3 of those books, they would have a hit series. I guarantee it. For 5 to 6 seasons, you could get material out of that thing. It'd be amazing.
Well, if that report is to be believed with Knights of the Old Republic movie, that they're adapting it from the game, maybe they could do the same here.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think the name Darth Bane is too close to like actual Bane in the DC universe that
I was
like the
born
casual
in the
fan?
darkness, raised by it.
Not only do I think that you can double up with the Bane name,
You could
You
make
think Tom Hardy would be a
You
great
make-
casting?
he's just too small. He's too small. Again, nothing says
How tall is Batista?
like 6'4", 6'5".
Really?
Maybe, how tall is Batista? But even so, I go back to what I just said. Nothing says that Bane has to be that tall. He
Yeah,
just
yeah.
is in the novels. He's 6'3".
Wow.
6'3". So
Damn, I
and
wouldn't have
can
thought
you do Kevin Durand? What's his height? Yeah. Because Kevin Durand, he's 6'6". Yeah. He would be perfect.
Yeah,
What
he's
is
good.
he from?
Not Kevin.
Kevin Durant's even taller.
Kevin Durand was in.
Have you guys been paying attention to this?